It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Monday, October 8th, 2018.
Whoop,
It is
whoop.
7 a.m.
Whoop whoop.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yeah. Bobby?
Morning, Bob.
Morning.
He's not up yet. Well, he'll be up here in a minute.
Oh, I'm plenty up.
He's just not happy about it, apparently.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Welcome down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, our director engineer, and Bob Recktenwald, sports today.
Oh, you got a promotion, huh? Director and engineer.
Yeah. He keeps moving me up the ladder, but I don't ever see this
Title
ladder.
in lieu of pay raise.
When is
No.
Hey,
No, in lieu of.
when do you become a producer?
I don't know. You know me, that ain't happening. I'm like, when I used to guide on the river, I wasn't considered a guide. I was just a boat runner. There's a difference.
Doesn't it make you a skipper?
Well, or skipped.
Yeah, or skipped. Or skipped. I'd go with skipped.
You're a skipper, he's Gilligan, right?
They used to call me PPG.
PPG, that's car paint.
Piss poor guide. That was literally, it's a group of ladies. That's what they call me. That just.
Boy, this went downhill, Larry. Woo.
Boy, that opens up a can of worms I'm going to enjoy later.
We're going to leave this lay. We got a show going on today, guys.
Are these cameras on?
You are the producer or lack thereof.
Director and engineer.
Oh, that's right.
It just sounds impressive. Other than the guy sitting over here on the computer,
I'm just the guy on the computer hitting buttons.
Gil's at home going, oh my goodness, what have I
I
done?
am here for one reason, and that is to push your
paycheck.
buttons. Yeah, a paycheck. To push your buttons.
This is getting bad.
Gil, help.
Let's talk about Brewed Awakening Coffee, shall we? The best coffee in town. I'm enjoying it. These two guys.
I got my water, and
He's
it
got his
isn't even
water.
smart water today. So.
You do have smart water?
No, I got Sam's Choice.
It's showing. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. I've got a whole cup, well, almost. I'm down to about a half a cup now. But anyway, 3 locations to serve you. You heard in the introduction. Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. And, of course, Highway 62 Shopping Plaza out by Anytime Fitness, the best coffee in town. Brewed Awakening Coffee.
If you're not drinking brewed,
Not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water.
that's not where I was going.
Right. I know exactly
but
where
we
you
have
were
to mute
going.
what you say.
Yeah, I'm on the mute
Beep,
button right
beep.
here. Now.
5K tones. Beep, beep. Bob's on.
It's going to be a rough show. You know that.
We got how many more minutes of this?
It's Monday. This has already went south. Yeah, it's way too early.
Brewed Awakening Coffee. Check out the coffee mugs. You can get a Brewed Awakening coffee mug. Cinnamon rolls. I need to go get some cinnamon rolls, don't I?
Yeah.
We need some cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, go ahead and go now. We'll cover for you.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, that keeps
We
me
got
out of the
this
FCC jail, doesn't it?
We got this covered, don't
Oh,
you?
boy,
worry.
I could see the replay of that one with
Breakfast?
you two on here. I know. I've been behind the scenes at the football games. I know what goes on.
What? What are you talking about? We're innocent.
What? This is Mr. Innocent. What? Back to Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water. Check them out at their 3 locations. And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. When the need arises, the service for your loved one, be sure it's Roller Funeral Homes. The utmost in professionalism and just bending over backwards to serve you, to give you what you want in need for the service for your loved ones. So when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, finally Judge Kavanaugh is sworn in the aftermath of all the allegations that seem so unnecessary to put up with what Judge Kavanaugh went through. And what's wrong with Judge Kavanaugh anyway? He's conservative. Is that wrong or bad? He's apparently pro-life. Is that supposed to be a bad characteristic? I believe this is an abortion issue. So let's look at this. A woman gets pregnant and doesn't want the child, takes the abortion route. A child has been killed. A potential life ended before it started. when they throw a hissy fit over justice that could end the taking of an unborn child's life. Yes, Lord, we're that stupid. Pretty sad, isn't it? It's my prayer today. Amen.
Let's talk about that for a minute. You want to?
Yeah, as soon as I get through the sponsors. Roller Funeral Homes.
We got time. We
Okay.
can go ahead and
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
I don't think it's an abortion issue.
What do you?
And I don't think all that hoopla was about a sexual allegation. I think because the man was appointed by Donald Trump.
That's yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's another point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I sit there scratching my head. Why? Okay, had Joe Biden been elected president, and he appointed Kavanaugh, would we have gone through this?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Of course, Biden never would have appointed him, but if it was another Republican president, anybody other than Donald Trump, he'd have skated right through.
Probably. Yeah. Several issues. It's just confusing. Just. I'll go.
And I was talking to the guys up at the TV broadcast on Friday. If they wouldn't have pitched such a fit at the beginning of this confirmation hearing about not having all the information, not having enough time to research the man, not doing this, not doing that, this probably would have had a bigger sting than what it did. But they made such fools of themselves in the beginning of all that.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to hear what they had to say. Anyway.
Had the allegations been true, he couldn't have been on that court of appeals that he'd been on. I mean, they would have flagged him right there years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the problem is when you're in high school, and it's been like 30-something years ago, 36 years ago, I think 1982 or 81, whatever it was.
Long time.
Yeah.
She couldn't remember exactly what year it was.
Oh, my. It is what it is. But
Where were you October the 8th, 1974?
Sitting in high school.
That don't count. Where were you that day, that night, at 10 o'clock in the morning? You don't know.
I have no idea.
No. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. I could probably think, well,
something happened to this woman? Could have been. Something happened to this woman at the direction of this man? Probably not. Let's carry on.
Morning Weather brought to you by Greg's for that editorial brought to you by. There's that trumpet. Hey, it's in tune today.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Hey, that is better than some.
John Montgomery had a really good trumpet, but he wouldn't play it on the air. Anyway, morning weather brought to you by Greg's Farm
John
Services.
doesn't like to blow his own horn.
Okay, and we're moving on.
Greg's Farm Services brings you the morning weather each and every day. Greg's Farm Services on the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services in Gassville and Mountain Home. The main store at 6153 Highway 126 North between Gassville and Midway. Power Shop at 1309 Bradley Drive right here in Mountain Home. Store specials, the Husqvarna Dealer Day sales event, and all kinds of great savings. You've got chainsaws, you got leaf blowers. Going to be a lot of going around blowing leaves and getting them out of the flower beds and stuff like that here in about 3 or 4 more weeks. Prepare for cooler weather on stovepipe and accessories this month. You can save on hummingbird feeders. You've got the PetMate Barn Home, $5 to $10 savings there, ranging in price from $34.99 all the way up to $65.99. And the garden cart that I need very badly at $49.99. It's a great savings of almost $50, right at $50 savings. Right? What else?
Is that
Mousetrap.
the same garden cart you were talking about 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what I thought.
exactly
Yeah.
the same one.
Yep. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. I think well before I plan a purchase here. I mull it over for a while. The 5-port bird feeding station, now $27.99. FlexRite garden hose, 50-foot length, $17.99. Going to be where you're going to be hosing off the sidewalks and getting the stuff cleaned up.
You're making all these sound effects for the air blower, and then
You just put in all this new equipment. We don't have any sound effects over there.
no, we don't need it. We got you. You're full of hot air.
No, you're kidding, really. 70-quart muck tubs, $15.99. The 5-gallon gas can, $7 off now, $11.49. And the much needed, upcoming needed fiberglass handle garden tools, $7.99 each. Your choice there. Lots of savings at Greg's Farm Services going on right now. Greg's Farm Services on the farm, around the home, and in the community. They bring you the morning weather each and every day. We start the morning at 69 in Mountain Home. Right now it's 69 in Mountain Home and Harrison. 68 at Hardy, 64 in Mountain View, 67 at Yellow. Marshall checks in at 64, Calico Rock at 69. Around the region, St. Louis at 67, Poplar Bluff at 64, Branson at 68, same at West Plains. But it's right at the freezing mark in Watford City, North Dakota, at a whopping 32 degrees this morning. On the national radar, a lot going on. And you can see showers in Texas and Panhandle of Oklahoma, a lot of showers in Kansas, Nebraska, northwest Missouri moving into Iowa. We've got showers in South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, moving all the way over into Michigan, and other shower activity starting to come back into the middle part of Texas. Looks like Arkansas is all clear at this time of any precipitation, and all your highways are clear. 62, 412 east to west, 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. Highway 67, 167 serves Little Rock to Batesville and Poplar Bluff. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555, all clear at this time in Arkansas. Taking a look at Missouri, the St. Louis stop, nothing from St. Louis east to Vandalia, Effingham on I-70. I-64 east out of St. Louis, Mount Vernon, Illinois. Coming in on I-70 from Columbia, I-44 Rolla east, it's clear coming east on those highways. Southwest Missouri, see what we pick up. A little bit around the Kansas City area picking up. They've got a flood watch box right there. And I-44 Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon in good shape. I-70 around the Kansas City area, Independence, Missouri with shower activity. Once you get out of that, then it's clear from on over to Columbia, Missouri. Take a look. Let's go into the. Can we hit that Kansas stop?
Yeah.
The Wichita radar.
Go ahead.
This is what's going on in Kansas right now. This is the Kansas City area here, so we got a lot of rain in Kansas right now. A little bit trailing back here into Oklahoma, and other shower activity. Let's hit the northern Illinois area. This is northwest Illinois and northeast Iowa. A lot of shower activity up in that part of the country as well. So, it's starting to get a little bit dry around here. We've had these temperatures been pretty warm.
It rained yesterday.
Huh?
It rained yesterday.
Where? Somewhere.
Rained at your house. Rained at my
Rained
house.
at my house.
Did it?
Yeah.
30 minutes, good, nice, steady, hard rain.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, one of those pop-ups, yeah.
Before we go into forecast, we're on the great. Here's my question of our debate. Now, it's fall. Leaves are falling. Do you bag your leaves, or do you just mow them over and grind them up?
Grind them up?
You don't bag yours either? You see tons of people that bag their leaves. I'm thinking, what are they going to do with these bags of leaves?
See, that's the issue we've got.
They'll burn them.
Yeah.
You know.
I just grind them up and mulch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just me. Okay.
When
Debate over.
when it's a heavy fall of the leaves, I'll rake them up and burn them.
We,
Normally, if I've got my mowers out, I'll just mow them up.
Mulch them up.
yeah.
It's better for the ground that way.
Yep.
That's what I hear.
But burning your grass is good for the grass, too. So
Yeah. True.
I'm not going to burn my grass.
no, probably not.
No, it's too close to the house. I don't trust myself. Okay.
Let's take a look at this warning map before we go to the actual forecast. We've got a flood watch box from Texas all the way up into Minnesota and Wisconsin, across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, parts of South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Right here, just around the Kansas City area, they do have a flood warning box, flash flood warning. Then down here in the Gulf of Mexico, of course, is a hurricane warning. Let's see what's going on here. We got a little bit of time. We'll hit that hurricane warning and see what's going on. Come on, Speedy. There we go. Offshore waters forecast for Gulf of Mexico. Seas given as significant waves begin, which is the average height of the highest 1/3 of the waves. Hurricane warning. Today, tropical storm conditions possible. Northeast to east winds 25 to 30 knots. Seas 7 to 10 foot northeast to east swell. So they have issued a hurricane warning for the Gulf of Mexico.
Tropical storm, isn't it?
They got here hurricane warning. Central Gulf from 22 north to 26 north between 87W and 94 west. 5:05 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, October 18, 2018. Hurricane warning. That's what it's saying here. National
Don't you
Weather.
wish they'd speak English?
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
Gonna be wet down there at South Louisiana.
There you go.
There you go. That sums it up.
Okay, I'm going to pick up Baxter County here so we can hit that forecast real quick. I think we got some cooler temperatures. I was watching.
So proud of you last week. You had all this set up and ready.
Yeah.
And now we got to wait.
Yeah, we got to
All I want to know, Dale, is are we going to get through tonight's ball game without any lightning delays?
Yep. I don't.
Snow. Woohoo!
Upcoming rainfall. 5-day rainfall forecast 1. You caused a panic at the grocery stores. Come on.
Yeah, we'll be out of bread and milk.
The upcoming rainfall, 5-day rainfall forecast for Northwest Arkansas is 1.5 inches for our region right here, an inch to an inch and a half coming up. And so I think we've got some cooler temperatures coming up. And for today, high of 85, partly cloudy. Then Tuesday, we have a 50% chance of thunderstorms during the day, high of 80, low of 66 on Tuesday night. Increases to an 80% chance of thunderstorms on Tuesday night. Then Wednesday, 60% chance of storms, high of 75. And then the temperatures start trailing off because that cold front comes through. Thursday, a high of 63 degrees. Friday, they're showing a high of 61 degrees with partly sunny skies.
But being that Mountain Home's an overachiever, it'd probably get 80.
Saturday night, a low around 44 degrees.
I can live with that. I can. I go camping in that weather.
Wow. Morning weather brought to you by Greg's Farm Services, on the farm, around the home, in the community. Check the drought monitors real quick. They were updated last Thursday. Minimal drought in the state of Arkansas, Missouri holding the same, with the extreme drought around the well, that ought to, now they got a flood watch box. That's going to change, because right there where the D3 and D4 at the Kansas City area is, they've got a flood watch box going on.
Anxious to see Thursday where those turn out.
So Thursday when they update, it'll change. Forestry Commission, we have no burn bans in all 75 counties of Arkansas as of yesterday. All 75 counties are green. The wildfire danger is low across the state. Still need to be careful when we burn. So, all right. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. We have one item to talk about.
Everything ended.
I mean, we're gone. I mean,
We had
it's over.
Did you go to the
Riverside Church of Christ, and we had the Veterans Dinner Saturday, the picnic,
the walking
the
hills,
walk in the hills,
your shoes or whatever? Did anybody make it out to there?
I was actually in Nashville, Tennessee Saturday.
Ah,
How was the lake quarters down at Lone Rock?
oh, they were excellent. Actually, they were very well done. They were grilled and they were great lake quarters. I enjoyed it. Somebody put some time into them. Put a little love in it.
A little love in it, huh?
But they had potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, a whole works, and man, the amount of door prizes they were giving away, not including the big prizes that they had. It was real worth it. It was really cool, and they filled that place up. It's amazing how many people got on the road and took a drive out there and went to there. I really am grateful we were part of that.
Throw this up on the screen, just to give you an idea of what I did Saturday. I was at Elm Hill Pike on the east side of Nashville. This is the Antique Radio Swap Meet. This is some of the things that we got to see, and you can purchase these things. They had some good prices on some items, and these guys work hard at restoration of radio or phonograph, whatever it may be. And you can see here's a transistor model, tube type models, and a lot of good friends there. We're there from about 7:30 on to about 11 o'clock.
At night?
No, in the morning.
I'm going to say not you, not that late at night.
Saturday morning, yeah. Some nice units.
And you bought something, I take it.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
You can't go there without buying something.
Look at that. Here's the RF section in that with the amplifier down here. That's one radio. That was just a tabletop radio in its day, somewhere around about 1947, 48 on that model right there. My buddy Michael Hayes bought this Webcore phonograph. This is a 1954 Webcore Musicale, and had a little turntable problem, so he bought it, took it home, and he sent me a text Sunday morning. He said, it works. Put motor mounts in it. It's fine. But that's my world over there in Nashville. That's what we did in Nashville, Tennessee.
Cool.
Anyway, Kindness Incorporated's third annual Golden Gala comes up on November 10th, and I know that's a month and 2 days out, but this is pull the pin on the calendar and write this in. They need some sponsors. The Gala sponsors for $2,500, the Gold sponsor for $1,200, Silver sponsor for $750, the Bronze for $250, and table decorations for $150. Kindness Incorporated is a transportation service that serves both Marion and Baxter counties, providing transportation services to those that really need help getting to doctor's appointments, shopping, odds and ends, call them up. I need to go somewhere Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Can you take me here, here, and here? And they'll do that. Volunteers come in. This is totally supported by private donations. I don't know of any governmental funding at all coming in from this. It's strictly a 501c3, but they need our help. And so businesses, individuals, whatever you can do, call Debbie Womack at 425-6475 and say, I want to sponsor their Golden Gala coming up on November 10th. It's from 6 to 10 that evening, and it helps a lot of people both in Baxter and Marion counties. The Kindness Incorporated's third annual Golden Gala, November 10th, 6 to 10 p.m. And you can call Debbie Womack once again at 870-425-6475. Community Counter brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. Bob Recktenwald Sports coming up.
Be right back. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Nemus Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Nemus Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
And we're back. Bob Recktenwald Sports. Mountain Home lost. Yellow lost. Mountain View lost.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done. Nice show. No.
Man.
Did the Dallas Cowboys lose? I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
they got their butts waxed too.
Kansas City won.
Who cares? I mean, yes, they did.
And the Cowboys was ahead at one point, I think.
No, it was neck and neck all night. It tied, and finally went into overtime, and Texans won by a field goal. 19-16.
So Dallas lost. Oh,
Yeah, and the crowd goes wild.
that's terrible.
Hey, let's talk about. We'll talk about sports in a minute, but Mountain Home has the Mountain Home Education Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and I missed Thursday's game. Thank you guys for taking that over and doing a very good job. And I got my request for resignation on Friday, so Scooter, you'll be the new PA announcer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the only request you got for resignation is for letting me go up there.
But anyway, Tina and I attended the Mountain Home Education Foundation banquet on Thursday, and if you have not researched that, if you don't know much about it, which I didn't before I went to that, you probably ought to check it out. It is remarkable the amount of funds that organization has raised to help the students of our area.
Yep, I agree.
A lot of people don't know it, but if you attend Mountain Home High School, finish 2 years, and graduate, you can go to ASU Mountain Home. Basically, the only cost you'll have is your books, which is huge. There's 127 students over there this year that have graduated and are there on what they call the promise. Those kids will graduate with an associate's degree from ASU Mountain Home with the affiliate of ASU Jonesboro and have no debt.
Yep.
That's awesome. That is a blessing.
You know, it's just remarkable.
It gets rid of the excuses that kids can have. I mean, they're given all these opportunities.
It takes the excuses away from the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Well, you can't afford to go to college. Go get a job. No, I don't have to pay to go to college. Let me continue to live here, and so I don't have any debt, and then I can go on to another school. You know, if you work 2 years a job because your class load should not be so heavy that you couldn't work at least a 20-hour week job, put that money away. Could you pay for your first year tuition to go to a UCA or to a Hendrix or to another school somewhere? Probably. And still, you may have to still work and still apply for grants and things, but 2 years that you don't have debt
makes a difference.
Pretty intriguing. I mean, it's pretty exciting. And my hat's off to Molly Morgan, who is the chair of that foundation, or the whatever executive director of that.
I think, yeah.
And it was pretty good. The reason that I went is Paul Ostrowski, graduated in 1981, was a Mountain Home bomber. And I know Jake Long talked about him a little bit the other day when he was here, so I won't hammer too hard on it. I believe he's the only person out of Mountain Home's ever gone to West Point. And he had a governor's appointment to West Point.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Veda Shed nominated him to David Pryor, and David Pryor gave him the governor's appointment to West Point, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now he's a 3-star lieutenant general. And my hat's off to that whole bunch. That whole night was just
pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Pretty educational.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate Molly. And
it was pretty cool, even at the football games, for them to tell little clips of the stories of each person and stuff. I thought that was really neat.
You know, this week in Mountain Home was homecoming, and of course those festivities, you had the Mountain Home Education Foundation and all their inductees, and the ones that still live in the area. They talk about them a little bit. Then we had the Mountain Home Athletic Department Hall of Honor, which they inducted some new ones, and they brought in the ones that have been previous. And then they had homecoming, which they had, I don't know how many maids and knights, but there was a whole bunch. So it was a long night at Bomber Stadium. Let's talk about
I will say this, though, because if there is anybody that wanted to see that and didn't miss it, you can go to our page, Hometown TV, and actually watch it on YouTube. We were not able to broadcast the beginning part on TV, but we did broadcast it live on Facebook and YouTube, and you go back and watch it.
That's right. We did everything from the whole thing.
Yeah.
When they started with the Education Foundation inductees, we started on YouTube and Facebook. Go to www.hometowntv.net/football. You can go to Friday night's game, and it should be there, correct?
Yeah, it will be there. It's on there. I know, a lot of people was hoping we'd broadcast. We had a paid program and couldn't switch out of it in time, but it
our
is
Friday, and that's every Friday. Our
Yeah.
Friday night games cannot start before 7:00.
a little bit sometimes, but not much because that programming's got to be ended before we can start it.
Yeah,
early.
we do a little bit of a pregame before every game on Friday, and the only way you'll catch that pregame is if you are watching online or on Facebook.
Yep.
7:30. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about the Mountain Home game and some of the other ones around town.
Be right back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
If you want
And we're back. Time to check some scores. Bob?
So, Mountain Home played Jacksonville Friday night. The Jacksonville Titans, we're so used to calling them the Blue Devils or the Red Devils or one of them Devils, it's hard to keep it straight after so many years of calling the other team. It was a good game. Would you not say that, Scooter?
I thought it was a good game. I really did.
I think started out with a bang.
Yeah, we were right there running neck and neck with them.
You know, you got to take your hats off to Dawson Tabor, the sophomore quarterback for Mountain Home. Has done a bang-up job the last couple of games that he's played against Jonesboro. I don't know how he did at Pine Bluff, but against Jonesboro and against Jacksonville. The team as a whole has made a huge turn. They have done very well. Of course, Scooter said, well, you had the 2 bottom teams of the conference. That's not true. Little Rock Hall is below Mountain Home. The bit of a deciding factor there is Jacksonville's 3-3, Mountain Home's 0-6. And for Mountain Home to stay competitive with them, look at the size of the sidelines that they had. They never took their starting quarterback out, except he got hurt in the third quarter once, and he had to go out once in the fourth quarter. They played him the whole time. That tells you that the Mountain Home defense is stepping up. You know, if they can't alternate their quarterbacks out some to give them some rest, there's some good defense being played. Mountain Home ended up losing 22-15. There was some questionable outcomes of some calls. Of course, there's no replay in high school. There was a fumble at the goal line for Jacksonville. We actually recovered the fumble. Can't see it. You can't cry over spilt milk. But that is one thing that turned into a score. We kicked a field goal, hit the upright. That's something else that doesn't happen very often. Dawson Tabor's usually right on the money. He hits the upright. There's some points missed. Toward the end of the game completely, things started to turn a little bit sour. We had a high snap, went over his head. We had this, we had that. Things were getting a little bit sloppy. People were getting a little bit aggravated. All I'll say to those people that were moaning and groaning and griping and complaining is, guys, don't be just a Friday night fan. If you want to gripe and complain about what's going on with these students, go watch them practice. Go watch them take the hits, take the licks, give the hits, give the licks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so you can sit in the stands and moan and groan and complain on Friday. These guys are busting their butt, giving it their all, and they're improving. It's a work in progress. You get tired of hearing that, but it's a work in progress.
This is not something that changes from July of one year to October of the next.
If you could not
It's going to take a while.
If you could not see any kind of improvement, you'd have some ground to complain. Did we get mercy ruled in the first half? No. I mean, this game went down to the middle of the fourth quarter when they scored their last touchdown. We were tied up 15-15.
So how did you accomplish 15 points? Was it a touchdown PAT or touchdown 2-point?
Touchdown 2-point, touchdown point after.
Yeah.
And you're right. You look at where they started and where they're at now and the growth that they've made. They've made big strides. They really have. It's just, you can't make those big steps to change an outcome in one season. It's just not going to happen. You're right. And nobody wants to hear that, hey, it's going to take time. Coach was up front with the meeting before the season started. This is how it's going to be. But they will grow, and the program is going to grow and get better. It's just going to take time. I mean, that's...
Max Prep shows Mountain Home of having 61 student athletes on their team. Mountain Home might have 40 on the roster. And maybe 35 that dress out. Jacksonville, I think it's pretty close to another one of those Rogers teams like we
99.
saw. 0 to 99.
Yeah.
I don't believe they had that many, but you know what? They had 3 school buses over there. They only brought 17 fans, half of which are bus drivers. But it was a lot closer game than people were giving them credit for.
So the field goal hit the upright and bounced towards the field.
Yep, bounced back toward the field.
Now, had it hit the upright and went through, it counts, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It would count.
Yep. It can ricochet off and go
One thing I do want to say, you're talking about the fans, is we went down in the 8th grade. It was the, I think 7th and 8th grade both played Batesville Southside. And we had more fans than Batesville. And I don't know how that is humanly possible, but we went and played in Batesville, and we had twice as many fans in those stands that made that trip down to watch them kids play than what Batesville Southside had on the other side of those bleachers, right in their own home backyard. I mean, that's something to be proud of, though.
Yeah, and it's something to be questioned because those kids work hard.
Yep.
The only accolade they get is hearing somebody yell, "Way to go, Tommy."
Yep.
The majority of those kids will never play on Saturday. 1 in 25,000 will play on Sunday. And I'm talking
College
countrywide.
and NFL.
So you go out and support these kids. And not just football. Basketball, baseball, wrestling, volleyball.
Whatever they're into, you got to support them.
If these kids are there, if you're old enough, if you can breathe and get around and drive spend the $4 or $5 it costs you to go watch a ball game. Not that big a deal. So anyway, Mountain Home will travel to Marion on Friday. See how that works out for them. Where are we at? Yellville went to Rector on Friday. Cedar Ridge has forfeited the balance of their season. So that automatically gives Yellville a pickup, so they're 2-4.
No, wait a minute. Say that again now.
Cedar Ridge has forfeited the balance of their season.
Yeah.
Due to bullying
Yeah.
issues. Yeah, to me that's just a lack of punishment. Lack of wanting to just tell them what's right and what's wrong. But you got to be politically correct, I guess, and just deal with it that way. So that instead of dealing with the issue, they've canceled the whole season on even, which will hurt the ones that weren't involved. So they go to Rector and they got beat 41-20. Melbourne traveled to Marshall and beat the Bobcats of Marshall 53-0.
Look at Salem Greyhounds.
Midland went to Salem, which Midland is down in Pleasant Plains. They went to Salem, got beat 59-14. And Harrison.
What's with that Harrison Goblin team?
6-0.
Man,
6-0, 62-6 over Lonia.
that is a tough football team.
That's a pretty sweet score. You know, go back and talk about the Marshall-Melbourne game. We go to Mountain View. XL7 TV goes to Mountain View on Friday, and we will do Mountain View hosting Marshall, which should be a pretty good game. I thought I had Mountain View score in here, but apparently I didn't.
Mountain View, Arkansas?
Yeah. Look that up for me.
All right.
So that game will start at 7. Weather is supposed to be awesome football weather.
I'm ready for it.
Be down to mid-60s by probably halftime after the sunset's really good. So that should be a good game.
This has been one of the first years that we're getting down in the season, and I've not had a coat on up there on the camera.
No.
You know, I remember it freezing so much. One time I was running the camera, and I can't wear gloves or I can't feel my switches, and I couldn't feel the buttons anymore. My hands were frozen, and I could only watch the screen and know that I'm zooming in and zooming out because I couldn't feel them.
You know, even tonight, if we're at Bomber Stadium, we'll have the air conditioning on again. This is the 8th of October. It's that warm. Mountain View Yellow Jackets 12, Harding Wildcats 49. 49-12, Harding over Mountain View.
Wow. So football in our area has been a little bit of a slump for not just the Bombers, but for all of the teams. I mean, it's hard to catch a win from anybody within a 50-mile radius of us. But we'll see how it goes.
Before the break, we got some folks watching in Missouri. The Gainesville Bulldogs last Friday over Marion C. Early Panthers, 14-13.
Gainesville doesn't have football.
No, it's baseball. It's a 14-13 baseball
well,
score.
You might want to tell them it's baseball.
Yeah, I was about to say, they don't have football.
We just spent 17 minutes talking about football. You're going to throw in a baseball score.
Well, I will say this, because there are some people really, really fighting to get football back into Gainesville right now.
Well, they need it.
I
think Gainesville needs that.
You know, they've got a youth team, 5th and 6th graders. And these 6th graders, if they don't do something, that's it for them.
In Missouri, Stockton over Forsyth 28-6 in football. Houston Tigers over Willow Springs, Missouri 48-7. That's football last Friday night. And then boys varsity football, Ava Bears over Thayer Bobcats 33-0. It's all within our region, our reach area.
The Mountain Home volleyball team fell to Nettleton last week, 3-1. We'll see how that goes. I need to, when we go to break, I'll get an update on the Elville Panther lady volleyball team and see how that comes. How's that progressing for their championship? And it's 7:45. Let's take a break. We'll get some volleyball scores here in just a minute.
Be right back.
We want Yellville.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
And we're back, trying to go through all the scores, both in Arkansas and southern Missouri here.
We were talking about the Yellville Summit Lady Panthers volleyball team. They are 11-7 overall. They're 9-1 in the conference, so they're sitting number 1 seed right now. Flippin is 9-7, 7-2 in the conference. Midland is 7-3 in conference. Cotter is 4-5. Salem is 2-8, and Izard County Consolidated is 0-10. So we'll see how that comes out. We'll get a hold of Coach Martin and see when their district tournament should be coming up pretty soon. Scooter, you got some OFA scores? Are you doing that right now?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Give me 2 seconds.
1-2.
1-2, yeah. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk Alabama to Arkansas while he does that.
Why you want to do that?
I don't know.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either. I didn't have it happened to be on the TV. We're in Brentwood, Tennessee for lunch. Robert and Caleb and I went to lunch in Brentwood. It was on TV, but you got to hand it to Alabama. They are a phenomenal football team.
They are a phenomenal football program.
Why? Why not Florida, Florida State? Why not Auburn? Why not Arkansas? Why not Missouri Tigers? Why not Wisconsin? What happened to Nebraska? Go back 35, 40 years ago, and you feared Nebraska. Remember that? Was what Tommy Akers? Remember those days?
Nah.
You go back in the late 70s.
Nah.
Come on. What about Texas and Oklahoma? They're not near the powerhouse of Alabama.
Alabama.
Well, you're going to throw Oklahoma in there?
We'll throw Oklahoma under the bus because guess what? Oklahoma got beat by Texas.
Oh, by 3 points. But yes, they lost their first game by 3 points. Yes.
Would it make any difference if it was 1? No. Would it make any difference if it was 21?
No. They lost
a
one
loss
game.
Is a loss. So they have a recruiting base that's phenomenal, and when you have a huge historical winning record like Alabama does, you can attract the best of the best. When you have the financial capability to scholarship, full scholarship, every player that you offer, you can attract the best of the best. when you put as many people into the NFL as Alabama does, you can attract the best of the best. They have second and third string players going to the NFL. Not very many
so
teams
how
do that.
do you develop? I mean, these guys are recruited all across the country, just like Missouri and Arkansas and Texas and Oklahoma go and recruit. How does Alabama find it and these other teams don't?
Call Nick Saban. Hell, I don't know.
Dial the phone. Get Nick on the phone.
All right, we're going to go ahead and punch him through. And, yeah, right. Like he's going to answer my call.
Joining us from Skype,
Yeah.
Coach Nick Saban. You don't know, but I can tell you this. The Arkansas Razorbacks are looking at having one of their best recruiting classes they've had in a long time.
What's that running back that pretty good? Have you not seen that?
No.
Yeah. Go ahead with OFA. I'm going to look that
Okay.
up. I think
I got some OFA scores.
Ozark Football Association, for those that may not know.
They played in Gainesville this past weekend.
4 games in Gainesville this past weekend.
And the Coleman this is 3rd and 4th grade. The Coleman Family Dentistry Extractors won over the Shelter Insurance Bulldogs. And they're out of Gainesville. The Bowl Shoals Hardware Riveters won over the Mountain View Yellow Jackets. BSI MAS Jackrabbits had a bye this week. On the 5th and 6th grade side, the Pippin CPA Bulldogs won over the Homebound Medical Enforcers. And the Aspire Outdoor Steelers won over the Mountain View Yellow Jackets. And the Island Concrete Islanders had a bye this week. So I heard there were some pretty good games up there. And I know Gainesville always takes care of them. And they got great announcers and stuff that goes on. So I'm waiting to hear all the cool stories, but they had a good week this week.
You know, you're talking about playing games in Gainesville. Gainesville still has an active football field.
Yep.
They still have facilities that they could actually have a team. What's keeping them from having one?
Funding. They are, couldn't find out, they are one of the lowest funded schools right now in Missouri.
Man, that
And they
hurts.
tried to vote a little increase in, and it did not fly. So,
So they don't have public support?
No, not just for football, for a lot of things. I mean, they need help around the board. Yeah, they're not getting the financial support. The community is what's hurting them. So I don't know on the football side whether it'll fly. I mean, they got, like I said, they got the fields, they've got everything to do it.
They dropped their football program somewhere
7 years ago.
Oh no, gosh no! They dropped their football program in the 80s.
I remember a story. And
They were 99 losses in a row.
Yep.
They were going for their 100th loss. And
I went up there
rumor
for
has it that somebody threw the game so that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah. And they still ended
I
up
was
losing
up there.
the program.
One of my
but-
boys played on that Gainesville Bulldog field.
Yeah, for Pee Wee.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I took them up there when we did.
Okay, that's what it was. I remember being up there.
Yeah, when we had Mountain Home Youth Football went up there, we played a couple games up there every year. But they have not had organized football since the 80s.
You know, that's one town that could really use it. They really could. But
And it's not like they couldn't find some competition around. You know, Thayer has football, Thayer, Ava, West Plains. You know, there's places around that would come and play them, and they could go and not have to travel hours and hours like they do in Mountain Home.
Yep.
Well, you know, even in the 7th, 8th, and maybe the 9th grade program, they could come to Mountain Home.
Oh, sure. Sure.
I'd love to see them get a program back, and people are listening, you know, say something. You know, I know there's some people there, especially Murphy, that is trying and trying and trying. He's not going to give up.
True.
That would be good.
You got kids that are coming up through the youth program that have the ability and great athletes playing football. I mean, Gainesville's got their own 3rd and 4th grade team. They got their own 5th and 6th grade team. They're big teams. Kids are wanting to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you hit the school, it's just kind of over.
This
you know,
is-
yeah,
well,
it's sad.
and, you know, it wasn't too many years ago that Melbourne did not have
Yeah, and
school
they picked
football,
that,
and they picked it up down there.
Well, didn't we do a game? We did one of their first games there at Bomber Stadium. They came up here in a
Yes, we
scrimmage,
did.
what, 3 years ago?
No, it's been longer, probably closer to 5 years ago.
Oh, come on. It can't be that long. Really?
Dale, you know, it's a good thing you're not trying to keep somebody from getting on the Supreme Court because you'd be in trouble. But time absolutely flies, man. I'm telling you, when you do these games and do as many as we do in a year's time, it just flies through.
Well, it does.
But it's been they've been around at least 5 years. You know, Lyon College down in Batesville, up until 3 years ago, did not have football, and now they do. Wow. And you know, so football is still it's alive and well. It just needs help in areas.
It does.
I pulled this up on Arkansas Razorbacks. That latest commitment was Trey Knox from Blackman High School at Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He committed apparently on 10/1/2018, a wide receiver, 6'5", 215-pounder. Now here's the kicker, no pun intended. He's from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and that's Middle Tennessee State's backyard right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually, that campus, their population is bigger than University of Tennessee over at Knoxville. Then on the 7th, Dante Walker, Cedar Grove from Elwood, Georgia, wide defensive end, 6'2", 235-pounder, committed on the 7th. And so wide defensive end, wide receiver. They say that Trey Knox out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, he's like a top-notch. And I'm surprised with Middle Tennessee State being right there. That's his hometown.
Well, you know, there's kids that are leaving Texas to come to Arkansas.
Yeah.
You know, and there's kids that leave Arkansas every year and go to Texas. I saw last night there is a high school in Texas has a $70 million stadium.
They were talking about that last night. Yes, 70.
Say that again?
$70 million
for a high
stadium
school.
that will seat 45,000 fans.
They were talking about that during one of the NFL games, and they were joking around about it. It's a high school.
And you know what? That's the norm in Texas. Absolutely. They play football year-round down there, guys.
Yeah.
They play it year-round. Football's not the only sport in high school, but boy, they sure take it serious in Dallas. Or in Texas, period.
Apparently they take it serious in Alabama, too.
The other thing that, you know, you're talking about those recruits. U of A is probably ranked 12, 13, or 14 in the recruiting class.
Who is?
University of Arkansas. So far this year, which is the highest they have been in a long, long time. So even though their records of wins and losses isn't so fair, the recruiting class, the kids are still coming here. They're not kids, they're young adults, but they're still coming. So we've got just a couple minutes.
I've heard good things about this Trey Knox come out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Blackman High School, I think it's where my daughter-in-law went to school, Blackman High School in Murfreesboro. But wow, I've heard great things about Trey Knox.
We will be in the booth tonight at 5 o'clock to bring Mountain Home 7th grade for a game and a half against Harrison.
Is it 5 o'clock?
It is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. It is 5 o'clock.
4:45.
We'll have
people do not panic. Bob will be back announcing, so it'll all be good.
I'm back.
Like a belch from a bad onion.
XL7 TV will be in Mountain View, bringing the Mountain View Yellow Jackets versus the Marshall Bobcats. That'll be Friday night at 7. And what else we got this week? The 8th grade will travel to Little Rock to take on El Dorado. They're playing at a neutral field in Little Rock.
Little Rock Christian.
Little Rock Christian.
That should be a tough game. It will.
And that game starts when?
That game there starts at 5:30. And
well,
then
that makes
grade
it tough on the kids to come home.
Well, from what I'm told, they've got to stay for the 9th grade game too, which is playing at 7. So, I mean, they're not talking about getting home till like 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So
for the parents that got to pick them up, I'm sorry. Of course, OFA, anybody interested in still watching some youth football, those will be back in Mountain Home this Saturday. So we got games this Saturday in Mountain Home.
Starting at 9 o'clock, before games, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Usually done by 1:15.
Yep.
Be done and over. The end of the season tournament is on the 27th, so there's really only 2 more weekends of regular season games, and then it's tournament time.
Yep.
It'll be a good time.
And with that, we better say goodbye.
We appreciate everybody for watching.
And we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks.